joined down here with Maher from the Musical Youth Foundation. Chris, we finally get to meet.
Good to meet you. Yes, Michael, after all the radio interviews.
Yeah, well, it's one of the beauties of video, isn't it? We actually get to see what we look like.
Yeah, well, that might not be a good thing in my case, but I have no face for the camera and we can have a chat.
Chris, the reason why we're here today, despite all these musical instruments around us, we're here to talk about the Dublin Soul Festival. We spoke last year. How did it go?
It was fantastic last year. We had over 35,000 people across all the different events that we managed to put on. So we're really excited about this year. This is the 6th year, hard to believe, but that's what we've managed to get to. So over the next few days, we'll be bringing Dublin City to life with various free events. I suppose the showcase of that will be the Soul Making down in Merrion Square Dublin, where on Saturday the 26th and Sunday the 27th of May from 12 p.m. we'll have 6 hours of free live music for everybody. We've organised the Sunshine, which has come out, and with 10 bands a day, some amazing bands like the Barry Mob and Hot Sprockets and Wyvern Lingo and G Mighty, and the list is endless. And they're all going to be down there for free, playing in the park. We'll have barbecues and ice cream and candy floss and donuts and all the things that you would want for a picnic in the park in Merrion Square. So it's going to be a fantastic couple of days. People should come down, they should bring their friends and their family, and most importantly, they'll bring their picnic blankets, lay them out in the park and just chill out in the fine Dublin sunshine and enjoy the day.
I mean, last year when we talked about it, Chris, one of your highlights was Miranda Rosenberg. I mean, I eventually got to talk to Miranda. Fabulous voice, fabulous personality. What have we got as I say, to follow that this year?
Well, you'll just have to come down to the park and find out. I mean, I suppose the thing, Miranda is fantastic, and she put on a great performance, and she came down off the stage last year and started to kind of walk and dance among the crowd and sing, and it was so personal. It was just a great performance. The festival, the picnic, is really all about the music and people sort of, gathering in the park together. So it's not really like, I suppose, if you think of one of the big festivals where it's all about who's the headline performers, will we pay the ticket price? We don't have a ticket price, it's completely free. So we don't kind of put one act above the other. It's the combination of all those factors coming together, and it's just as much about coming down with your family and friends as it is about enjoying the music.
We come from the north side, Dog country, where it's all soul over there. What do you classify as soul music here? We like to think of it as Wilson, Pickett, James Brown, and Otis Redding. I mean, it's mainly local bands, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anyone that knows me from the radio knows that I love soul music, but the Soul Festival is a sort of celebration of the soul. It's a positive, feel-good celebration. And in terms of soulful music, really for me, it's about a band or an actor, an artist that sits down and creates a piece of music just for the sake of letting out an emotion, whatever that may be, as opposed to something purely commercial. And I think that's a very soulful process. So all the bands that you will see over the 2 days in Merrion Square Park, I would class as soulful. They may be in any one of the many genres of music, but what they're doing is very soulful. It's real music for real people, as I like to say. It's sort of a cheesy, but
yeah. I mean, you call it the Soul Festival because it's not just the picnic. You've also got the Gospel Brunch.
Yeah, that's another big event that's back this year. We put it on for the first time last year in the church on Mary Street. It's a beautiful old church that's been converted into a bar and a restaurant. It's a huge big organ in it. It's just a fantastic building, architecturally speaking. So we have 2 days of great gospel bands in there. So what you essentially do is you come down, you have a bite to eat for your brunch, that kicks off at 12 o'clock, and you enjoy some gospel music as well. So you can get up and have a boogie in between courses if you wish, or you can just relax and enjoy the music. So we're doing that again for 2 days with the main gospel choir and the Hallelujah gospel choir. They're both absolutely fantastic. So it's a really cool event. Essentially it's free, and you can come down and you can have your brunch, obviously, and pay for your meal. But you can come down and just have a drink in a bar as well and enjoy the music too.
Chris, as we just pan around the room here, you'll see some the third leg of what I'm calling the Soul Festival, the instrumental art. We're going to talk about that later in another edition, but that's very exciting.
Yeah, listen, this is a huge project that we've undertaken for the Musical Youth Foundation, and I suppose what it is, we have over 120 artists, musicians, designers from all over the country that have come together, and they have created this instrumental art. So basically, it's instruments, guitars, violins, drums, bowrons, all sorts of different instruments, where the canvas is the actual instrument. And I say, looking around the room here, none of us is hung up yet, but it will be. There's some fantastic pieces, and this is going to be something really special. It's in the exhibition space in Stevenswood Shopping Centre on the top floor, and it's free, so you can come and enjoy it.
Rising Stars, what's all that about?
Well, again, I mean, what we're trying to do with the festival project is to give a platform to emerging Irish artists. Quite often they don't get, sort of airplay on the commercial stations, and it's very difficult for them to get their music heard. So we are creating stages, albeit Merrion Square Park around the city, and we've just launched Rising Stars Radio. The test broadcasts are online at the moment, and it's just a place where people can go and listen to some of the amazing bands that are on the scene, not just in Dublin and Ireland, but right around the world, because we get entries from all over the world for Rising Stars. And it's become such a big event that we've actually had to separate it from the Soul Festival this year. And later on in the year, we're going to put on another massive outdoor show that will feature a selection of the best bands and best Rising Stars.
And I believe for those who may not be able to get down to Merrion Square, Dublin City FM are going to be broadcasting.
That's great. Dublin City FM, yeah, they've been just such great supporters of the Soul Festival project since we launched in 2007. And every year they broadcast the Sunday edition of the Soul Evening live on the air. It's a 6-hour event. They're giving the entire 6 hours over of their airtime, which is that's unheard of. I mean, you and I would know from a radio world that radio stations just don't do that. So it's fantastic, and it's great because not everybody can get down to the Soul Evening for whatever reason, and it means they can kind of experience some of the fun of the day by listening to the bands. And I've been told by a lot of people who attend the event that they love to come down. They're driving in the car or something, and they're on their way to Merrion Square, and they hear the bands performing on the radio, and then they park the car, get out of the car, walk into the park, and there they are live. It's a nice thing. It's a buzz, it gets them excited about it. So it's all special.
There's lots of people we could thank for facilitating this, but we'll at least limit it to one, which is Dublin City Council.
Yeah, Dublin City Council have been very supportive. They've been very supportive. They give us some money. Not all of the money, unfortunately. We would like more. But that said, given the current climate, they do give us money. They have been very supportive in that way, and we hope that they will continue to support this event because it's good for the city, it's good for people, and it's great for tourism. It brings a lot of people into the city and gets them out enjoying the public spaces as well. And that's what people want. That's what we need, given the current climate. And tourism can play a very big part in restoring the economic situation. So.
Well said, Chris. The only sound note I'm hearing, Chris, is an organisation called IMRO, the Irish Music Rights Association. You don't have much to do with it, but they're looking for some money out of it. Do you want to say anything about that, or would you like them to give you a little bit of a reduction in the impulse they're charging you to put this on?
Well, ask the difficult questions, why don't you? Yeah. Look, there is a situation there where IMRO are looking for what I believe to be a ridiculous amount of money, given the nature of the event, and given the budget of the event, and it is threatening the livelihood of the event. We may not be able to continue as a result of it. Having said that, I do understand that they have a job to do, and I wouldn't want anyone to think that the Soul Festival and the Music Youth Foundation don't want to support artists. But I think it's clear from all the things that we're doing that we very much are trying to support emerging artists and indeed artists. We play a lot of soul music, music that doesn't, it's not very commercial anymore. It wouldn't get a huge amount of airplay on the radio. So it's bringing it back into the public arena. So we feel that there should be some way of working with organisations like that. Unfortunately, to date, we haven't had much joy in that department. But watch this space and we'll see what we can do on it.
Well, IMRO, the ball is in your court. We're not asking you to charge nothing, but we are asking you to just charge a competitive fee so emerging artists can be supported. Last but by no means least, Chris, Saturday and Sunday, 26th, 27th of May?
That's it. It's a couple of days away, and all the information is on soul.ie, so people want to find out where they have to go or what's happening or whatever. They can find out there. Soul.ie.
Well, all those great soul artists there, fast departing, so that's your keeping the spirit alive. So Chris Maher, Music Youth Foundation, the Dublin Soul Festival. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Mike.